Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jean, do you want to start with that one?
Well, a question I have, I've been actually emailing folks, and I don't think they
Mm-mm.
understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to ask
Okay.
you, Nat.
Okay.
I'm developing 3 sites because they all serve a different purpose. One of them
Okay.
will have courses because I know that's going
Mm-mm.
to be a membership course kind of site.
Yep.
One of them is strictly for speaking, and the other one is a membership site, event driven only.
Okay.
So my question is about courses and memberships, because I'm not certain that I can set up 2 different sites in because you guys got that together. You've got courses and memberships together. So I can't see how I can put 2 different
Yeah.
domains in.
Yeah, you can actually create different domains, but maybe I'm thinking if you can just like put your courses and products on bundle, because yeah, I'm thinking of the upsell, right?
You're thinking of the
Mm-mm.
second site for strictly courses, and that's
Mm-mm.
fine.
Mm-mm.
But I have a separate standalone site for the membership.
Okay. So I think I have something I have here for today's session actually. So let me just um get my screen in. Let me just refresh this one.
Because I
Because
don't
I'm
think I'm the
thinking,
only person doing 2 different sites and wanting membership and or courses on both.
okay.
And I can't see how that's able to happen right now.
Mm-mm. Okay. Maybe for now, can you please put it in the chat your like membership site or the link to your membership so I can take a look?
It's not developed yet.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm
So
I'm trying to
yeah,
get
let me
started with it, but I don't want to
think
start and then have to
of the way and
go
how we can do that.
10 steps back, you see.
Okay, no worries with that. So let me think of the way and how we can do that. Because for now, the only possible way we can do is create bundles. So you can like have like we can group your products into like one like checkout. So that would be the product that you will assign to the users who are basically members. So once because we can create workflow that would actually grant them specific access to like multiple products, and also we can revoke that specific access in case they will cancel. So that's what I'm thinking and how we can like do
Yeah,
membership for now.
but that's not sorting it, because that means it's only one site. Because what you're actually saying, Nat, is we can do that, but it has to happen all on one site. It can't happen on 2 separate ones.
Yeah, okay. Hang on, let me switch server first. I think I'm cutting off. Give me
That's okay. I'm not the only one, am I? Needing to have 2 separate sites for this stuff.
Friend.
Hey, Lisa.
No, Sarah's definitely said you can run several businesses all in Tekmatix.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think you're right to ask the question.
They need to get that resolved if they're going to enable people to run more than one business that needs it.
yeah, okay. So I think I switch over. So yeah, because for now we can only like add one domains into the membership and courses. So that's basically what we can do. But we can definitely add multiple domains into the website. So maybe we
Yeah.
can create different course category into your websites and landing pages. And that's where you can put all your different like category of courses. So
you guys have
how do you
really
think?
got to sort the memberships and courses so that we can assign different domains, so that we can actually have courses on different domains appropriate to those domains. Because otherwise we can't build multiple businesses.
Okay, so let me raise that question to the team. Stop it in here. So, courses.
Nat, would it help if Jean actually typed the question so that the wording is exactly how Jean wants it to be? Would that help?
Yeah, for
I-
sure. Maybe we can put it in the chat so I can have a copy on it on my
I can
end.
put it in the chat. I've tried it before, Joanne, and they keep going back to bundling on one site. So
Right.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Sorry.
Mm-mm. Impressions.
Morning, Mike. Have you had your ready, Breck?
Well,
I always think of you it being so early for you, isn't it?
I've got my, oh, you can't see it quite here. I've got my sparkling icy drink here. So today it's flat cherry. So
Hey, Rick.
Hey, John.
So I just talked to Sarah and currently she's not available. So maybe I can have that like in a separate like video. Maybe I will ask Sarah to do something about it, to do some explaining about what we can help with like difference of membership and courses. So I
Yeah,
will
I-
have her like jump into that one because I think
Okay.
she's the best to answer that.
I
Okay.
did put that in the chat, by the way.
Okay, thank you for that. So let me just copy it and paste it here. Okay, so that should be good. So, yep. Hey, Anne. So, yeah. So I think we can, I'll just get back to you with that one, Jean. I already sent that one to Sarah, so we can like have a separate discussion for that one. Would that be fine?
That's great. You
Okay.
might want to post it in the group though, because I'm not the only one needing it.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. We will do that. So let me just get that
Oh, we're live
one.
on Facebook.
Yeah, we are. Yep. So let me just get my screen ready and share screen. So let me just get this one.
I just put my lipstick on, Ricky.
Yep. Okay. So we're currently in. So I have here the flow chart for today's session. We will talk about like just the quick create a course type of stuff. We're just doing placeholder. Basically, we won't hop into like the actual course creation, but we will just create a product inside courses, create an offer from it, and then get that offer link, put it somewhere into like your website or maybe a landing page, and then create an autoresponder, which is basically the workflow. So yeah, so that will be our topic for today. So let me just minimize this one. So maybe we can start with a create a course. So for you guys who haven't like got any domains linked to your account yet, please know that we can also provide you a domain under Tekmatix. So it could be domain.tekmatix.com. It could be like your business.tekmatix.com. So that's how basically we can give you an access to a domain inside Tekmatix. So yeah, I think Sarah is coming in. Let me just admit her. Yep.
What's up, techies?
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
I'm jumping
Hey.
in. How are you all? I have children running around like savages because it's 7 p.m. So I may have to jump off because my husband is a police officer and he's on a call out. So hence I couldn't jump on for the whole call. Nat just sent me a message saying you guys wanted to ask a question about how, sorry if I'm completely interrupting your flow, Nat, I apologize.
No worries.
There's a question about how we can make it look like we have different schools, basically, using different domain names. So having membership subscriptions and courses that to the public appear as if they're on completely different websites or web domains. Is that the question? Yes.
Kinda,
Okay,
yeah.
so I've got a two-part answer to this. The first part answer is it is actually on the roadmap that this is going to become a much easier process in the future. Obviously, I don't have a date for that at the moment because it's a very much in development part of separating membership areas, if you like, course areas. However, there is a workaround that I'm using myself at the moment for my numerous businesses. At the moment, all courses sort of fall under kind of one server, if you like, without getting too techie on your account. So when you log in, all your courses are on one server, and therefore at the moment can't be assigned to completely separate domains in the same way that your landing pages can be assigned and your funnels can be assigned. So this is how Sarah's getting around it, because there's always a solution. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm loading all of the courses into like that one course area. And when you then create the offer and you go to offers and then get link, when you get the link for that offer, it's a very long, ugly link. What I'm simply doing at that point is then going into my settings and URL redirects. You can also get that from sites and courses URL redirects. And then when you go into the URL redirects area, from there, you can then choose a domain. So what I'm doing is I'm adding the courses to the domain area, and then the landing pages for that particular course or that particular membership bundle, that's where I'm choosing the domain, either for the whole landing page. So the students and the clients only ever see the landing page you send them to, right? So they're only ever going to see, sarahsbusiness123.com/course A. So when they do get sent to their dashboard, the great thing is all of their courses from all of the businesses they've ever purchased from you are going to be on one dashboard, which actually makes it easier for the student and less admin for you, because then they're not going to be like, which one do I log into for this course? So one way is doing it by the landing page and setting that landing page to that course or membership to the domain you want it to be assigned to. The other way, if you're not doing a landing page and you just want to send them straight to the checkout, that's where the offers comes in. So you go to offers, get link, and then under the get link area, you can choose which domain that particular checkout goes to. If you just want them to put in their name, their email address, and pay. So that way you can separate your businesses for each course or bundle membership from the landing page or from the offer checkout. And that's working a treat. The student knows no different. And then when they do go in, oh, how convenient. Everything they've ever bought from any of your businesses are all in one place.
Right. Sarah, how does this work though if you have courses with, of course, it's a membership because they have to be a member to do the course, but you have a standalone membership, but no courses in it, the same way?
And so with a member, so if you're saying I have a membership with you, could you explain what I get in that membership?
Yeah, it's going to be event driven. It's going to be networking and things like this. It's not going to actually be courses. This is for a place for people to gather where we do master classes, but they're event driven. They're not courses.
Excellent. So I can give you a proper example of this. One of my elements of my membership academy is that they get access to live events. So what you would do then, you still need to have, in essence, a portal or a dashboard for them to have access to the dates, the times, the locations, the information of things they need to bring or prepare for, or what they're going to get in that event. So in that situation, even though it's not necessarily online learning or online courses they might be getting, I would still certainly have a course in the course area that I would call something like your membership portal. I call mine the vault. I just call mine the vault, the membership vault, which has the dates and times of all their workshops or the group meetings or the network meetings or the group catch-ups or the book summary day or the coffee meeting day, whatever it might be. So I would go into, I'd press add a new course and I would call it the vault or the portal, something like that. And then it would just have one lesson in it, maybe, that would be, here's all your dates, times, locations, and meeting information for whatever it is included in your membership. And that can also be a nice, the reason I call mine a vault is because I find that as the meetings happen or the workshops happen, you end up mentioning things like, oh, I've got an ebook for that, I'll let you guys know about it. Or I've got a download for that, I'll let you guys know about it. That becomes the depository, if you like, of where I store the links or the references or the files they can download as well. So you kind of train your students to learn that where all of the information, dates, times, and stuff is all in that one course or vault or portal.
Right. Okay. Well, that's a workaround anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it does work. I think it's what's really important when it comes to starting to build, particularly your larger communities around this, as you guys scale to the hundreds of thousands of students, is really training them to always go and check in one place first. Because if they get used to having to email you or ask you every time they want to know a thing, a date, a time, or what to bring, your admin is going to get to a point where it's completely unmanageable. So what I have really spent a number of years trying to do is training my students to know I'm going to check there first. And if I can't find it in the portal or the vault, then I can go and message Jean.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Appreciate your help.
Pleasure. I'm glad that helps. I'm probably not going to stick around for too long. So before I completely hijack Nat's session too much, has anyone got anything else they want to ask me, or like, you know, how I would do something? Lisa.
Mate,
Oh, sorry,
it's
Jean,
very
I'll come back to
rainy
you.
in Devon. I know that you're not that fussed to be in Boddington, but at least you're not on Dartmoor. My girlfriend has bought a similar thing, but by a different entrepreneur, like white labeled it, and they have to use Mailgun. Do we have to use Mailgun?
Not anymore, no. So yes, there's a number of different email service providers that either you can choose to use to integrate with your own platform, your own Tekmatix account, or you can use ours. So one of the email service providers that we initially started with when we set up was Mailgun. Now that means nothing to you. It actually doesn't affect you at all, because we, as the service providers, have that paid service with Mailgun, which allows you guys to then send your emails from your domain. However, we have just moved now to a system called Lead Connector, which actually makes, again, no difference to you. It just means that our administration all fits under the Tekmatix direct integration. So when someone says, who's your email service provider? It is technically Tekmatix, but we are managed by Lead Connector, which is hosted on Google Cloud, just for your information. So all of our security settings, privacy, GDPR, all falls under the Google Cloud, privacy, speed, data protection, and GDPR regulations.
Fab.
So we don't.
She's come on as a client, and I'm managing her because I'm thinking I'm a month ahead of you. I know sites and courses. But when she said about, you know, setting up my Mailgun, I was like, well, I haven't set up a Mailgun. Does she know something I don't? So it's all
she won't
with
need
them.
to. Yeah, no. And so we've made this as
Well.
easy as possible to you guys. You do not need any external email service providers. By using Tekmatix, we provide that as part of your package, and you don't need to do anything extra. There's no integrations required. Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
So I've got a few hands up. Jean, I know you wanted to ask another one. I'll move to Ricky next.
Hi, Sarah. How you
Hello.
doing?
Good,
Hello.
thank
you. I'm just wondering, part of the thing that I do, I'm really gearing towards doing live classes, but a lot of my audience are essentially they're very, very anti-Facebook. I have a Facebook group with 1,000 or over 1,000 people in it, and it's an absolute nightmare to run. You know, actually, you had the same problem as me with somebody making official merch. I got bootlegged last week, and you had somebody selling Tekmatix t-shirts. So just little things like this. Prior to getting Tekmatix, I was looking at New Zenler because of the community aspect, because what I wanted to do was get these anti-Mark Zuckerberg Facebook people who just they don't like it. They set up accounts because they like my stuff, they want to follow, but they've faceless, and you start wondering, well, hang on, I'm trying to filter out who's the bad actors here and all this sort of stuff. So communities. So basically plans for building a community, because I have something that in mind that I call the fretboard fraternity. Ladies welcome too, I should say. So just something like that. Are there any plans for that in the pipeline?
So I can confirm that it is on the list to create an inbuilt community feature. I can definitely say it will not happen in Q1 and probably not in Q2 because it's a huge undertaking to add a community element, but it is absolutely on the drawing board. And I will keep you guys updated with something that will happen inbuilt. However, I have put up a video on the YouTube channel about how to integrate an external one for the time being. So if you are using something like Circle or Mighty Networks, all of those come with an external link or an embed code that you can actually then embed inside a lesson, which is what I'd recommend doing. So back in the day when Thinkific started, for instance, like you guys know, I've been with them for many years. Back in the day, Thinkific didn't have a community feature actually only until about 18 months, 2 years ago. So for about 7 years, I actually just used actually it was Discuss. It was DISQUS, Discuss. I used an external version of that. And then with the embed link inside Tekmatix, when you go to add a lesson, there's a text area. And on the top left-hand side of that text area is a little code symbol. You click on that and you paste in your embed link for the community, and it actually brings up the interactive community inside the lesson. And I entitled the lesson Community Discussion Area. So lesson 1 or 2, so I had the welcome video first. Lesson 2 was the community discussion area right at the top of that course or bundle. And that was used for a very long time by me as the community discussion area. And that worked perfectly fine. With those external ones, you can turn on notifications to yourself as the administrator. So you don't have to keep checking it. You will know when there's questions or conversations that you actually need to interact with. If you don't need to go that far, the other thing you can do at the moment is turn on discussions and comments on lessons inside Tekmatix. So when you go to each lesson, there's a settings button where you can go into there and click turn on discussions. And I'd recommend only turning that on one lesson called discussions lesson, because then you only have to go to one lesson to do your monitoring and administration. And you're going to have far less admin to do by doing that than having the Facebook group, where obviously you need to do all of the moderation and everything of who's coming in the group. So that works best for your paid programs and stuff. And certainly for corporates who are not allowed to use social media at work, and for under 18s, where you're going to want to be able to monitor who and what is being put into that group for their safety and privacy, of course, as well. So that at the moment is a temporary workaround. I know it's not ideal, but it's certainly on the roadmap for it to be an inbuilt feature down the line.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Next, I think Joanna will put your hand up, and Dave. No, Joanna, Dave, it was you. Yes, you got your hand up. Hello.
I'm scratching
Okay,
my
I'm
ear.
okay. Come in. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Dave. Yeah.
Okay, mine's a much more pedantic question. And hi, how are you doing?
Hello.
The Nui team, we've got 3 teams on the player, right? I'm playing with the different teams. The first 2 I don't like. The Nui team, the one you called Nui, is nice, right? That's the one that we're probably going to stick with for all our courses. There's some basic functionality that doesn't work. For example, on the navigation window, you can't change the size of the fonts so that the student can't see the name of the lesson clearly. Even though it gives you the option to change the size of the fonts, it doesn't work. Now, I've reported to support, and they basically come back and say they don't really know when it's going to be fixed. And I'm just wondering, from a beta testing point of view, if people are reporting fundamental issues like that, is there a process in place to put a fix this and they'll, because that player is really important to us. And at the moment, we don't like the way we can't change it, even though the functionality is there. It doesn't work.
Okay, so yeah, the font should be something that can be changeable because it is actually an edit function. Okay, let me escalate that to our development team, because we have a support team and then we have a development team, and they're separate.
I presume that,
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to make a personal note of that. Thank you, Dave, for raising that.
Thank you very much.
By the way,
appreciate that.
Yeah, that's okay. And so in terms of our internal processes, so our team meet with me directly once a week, every Monday morning, Australian time. And it's issues like that do get escalated to me. And I'm the one that kind of determines whether it's something we just put on there. That would be nice to have, we'll leave it here, or whether it's me that goes, I'm going to put a fire up someone's bum very nicely. I will do the bum very nicely, because that is a feature that should be working. It's not a request for something that is an enhancement. So thank you, Dave.
Appreciate that.
David,
Thank you
what's
very
your last
much,
name? Sorry.
Murphy.
And that is font size on the course
navigation
player. Yeah, not working.
Yeah. I
Thanks,
mean,
David.
you
I'll pass
yourself
that
said
to him.
Nui is the one that you're going to use. You were saying,
Yeah.
so, because the other two, you don't, that's the one I like. I think everybody's going to end up using that. So
Yeah,
thank you.
awesome.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
bringing it up. Thank you very much. Who is next? Is there anyone before I'd like to go back to Jean because Jean's had her hand up before. Oh, your mic's on mute, Jean. Sorry, your mic's on mute. Mute.
Sorry about that. The phone bit, is there a video that helps us set that up? Because I can't find anything anywhere.
Yes, so we have just like we've just changed our server for emails, we've also just changed our server to on the phones as well. So until a few weeks ago, you would have had to have created a Twilio account and actually added credits to that Twilio account in order to use your phone numbers. So what we have just done, which is quite a big upgrade behind the scenes, we've tried not to make it impact your accounts too much, is we've actually taken on that service ourselves. And you guys can now set up your own phones, which will be pay as you go. So instead of increasing the monthly fee, we've decided to go, well, not everyone's going to use this. And if you do use it, you're probably not going to use it all the time to justify us increasing your plan. So we're going to do it on a pay as you go model. I have now got the public prices up on the pricing page. So if you go to tekmatix.com/pricing, it tells you how many, it's actually a 0.0 cent per minute or something of phone calling. Because we've only just added this, we are in the process of developing the training videos and the help articles for that because it's totally brand new. So if you could possibly give us like 1 week, we should have the help articles and the training videos finished. And I'll just make a note of that just to make sure that it's phone tutorials. It is on the list, but I'll just make sure I bring that up with the team tomorrow. Phone
Thank you.
tutorials and help articles.
Yes, trying to put all the pieces in place.
Yeah, phone numbers. And I'm sorry we're a little bit slow behind the 8 ball. There's so much going on behind the scenes that we're doing our best to like deal with the questions that come up first. So thank you for being patient, and I hope that we are getting there at least fast enough for you to keep moving through the training and learning all the little bits as we go. So thanks for being so patient.
Thank you.
Any other questions for me? I'm all yours. You've got
Those
me.
kids are being bloody quiet, Sarah. What are they doing out there?
I know, I'm a little bit concerned. I did give them snacks and an iPad before I ran in here, so crossing fingers that there's no paint and glitter on the dogs. And I did bring in my wine.
There is a question in the chat for you, Sarah.
Oh, yes, let me see. Okay. If it's possible, could you guys provide a list of the most important places to focus on SEO in the course player, particularly, but generally in the site builders? Yes.
I didn't want to take up too much of your time with that question, right? Because we're struggling with SEO. If there's any guidance that you can give us, particularly on the structure and Tekmatix, that would be really, really great.
I would love to. My pleasure. Do you know, guys, SEO is so important, but it's nowhere near as complicated, I think, as some marketers make it sound. I've got over 200,000 students in my courses in 181 countries, and I've only just started paying for ads. And all of those people came before the ads turned on last week. And the reason and method I use to get all of those is thinking long term about content and how I word and title my courses. So because our system is built on Google Cloud, all of your course pages, landing pages, and curriculum are crawlable by Google, as they are in most of the other platforms, by the way. We're not special in that sense, right? Everything on the internet is crawlable by Google to some degree. So all of your lesson titles should always be what people are typing into Google. And so one of the mistakes I see, for instance, is, let's say, I don't know, I've got a quartz crystal on my desk here. Some people will title the lesson "The Secret Stone to Change Your Health," right? For instance. What people aren't going to type that into Google. People are going to type in, what healing properties does a quartz crystal have? How does a quartz crystal work? What is a quartz crystal for? Why should I use a quartz crystal? When's best time to use a quartz crystal? So your lesson titles should always be, think to yourself, okay, I'm delivering a tip in this lesson, or I'm answering a question in this lesson. What are people most likely to type into Google to get this answer? That is what the title of your lesson should be, because all of those lesson titles are crawlable. And what Google's job is purely is to go, what question's been typed in and what page can I find that most closely matches that, what's on that page. So I always say to people, don't get fancy with your course titles, because your landing page is critical here, right? Don't call your course, the secret, I don't know, I can't even think of something random, right? Don't give it a fancy bumble jumble name. Literally call it what it is on the tin. My best-selling course, the course that has legitimately made me millions of dollars, is called How to Create Profitable Online Courses. It is the most boring title on planet Earth, right? I've had coaches that are like, Sarah, we really need to rebrand you. I'm like, why? When people want to learn how to create a course, they go to Google and type in how to create an online course. So that's exactly what I called my course. Why? So that I can hijack people asking that question on Google. And it works. All right, there's no need to get pretty and fancy and cute about it. SEO is just Google going, does this search query match this page? And it's going to find the most amount of matching words. So in your landing page, and there is for those of you that are Academy members, there is actually a workshop on your dashboard that's free. And next year we do have some more sales page training on this. The title of your course needs to be exactly what it is on the tin, exactly what people are going to type into Google. And then throughout the sales page, you need to have lots of small headings that constantly say, in this course, you're going to learn how to do this. Then all of your lessons need to be listed. In module 1, you're going to learn how to get X result. And lesson 1 is going to be how to A, how to B, how to Y, how to do this, the ways for, and list it. Because not only does that make your course more sellable, because people can see what they're going to get from it, it's like the learning outcomes, it makes it more magnetic and compelling. People are like, wow, I really understand what I'm going to get from this course. It also ranks you right up in the system in Google and makes Google start working for you and sending traffic to it in the first place. So I think this is a massive missed opportunity for people. And Dave, I'm really glad you brought this up, because people think it's all about metadata and keywords and tagging and hacking. It really isn't. It's about the words on that sales page, the words that are in your lesson title. And inside Tekmatix, when you create your landing page, in the top right hand side, you have a button called metadata. You open that up and you just put in as many keywords as you can think of that people are likely to use to search for your thing. And that is the best you can do. Now, in terms of increasing on the ranking, Google works really in a really simple way. The more times that page gets visited over time, the more length of time people spend on that page, the more Google goes, oh, this must be a good page. And slowly over time, it increases up the rankings. This is what I love about landing pages and organic content and blog posts and videos, is they get vintage. The older they get, the more Google loves them, right? They become vintage, they increase in their value, and what Google determines as being reliable, trustworthy content. So then it comes down to your organic marketing, which quite simply, guys, you'll be pleased to know, is recycling and reusing your stuff. So I always say 1 day a month, for instance, I record a bunch of tip videos that relate to the lessons in my course. So you could go through, let's pretend you've got 25 lessons in your course. Let's say, for a random example, each of your lessons average about 5 to 15 minutes each. Right, that's the 5 to 15 minute answer to a question. I challenge you to pick up your phone and do a 30-second answer to that question. That 30-second answer to your question goes up on YouTube, on your social media channels, as a tip that will forever then be organic search content for you. At the end of that video, you say, and if you found that tip useful, come and get my blah blah course to learn more. And you stick the link in the description of the video. That is what then, over time, if you keep recycling that video, that little 30-second tip video, you keep resharing that link to your course, over time, that's when that vintage accumulation of clicks and views starts coming into play. How do you make people stay longer on that landing page? Make sure it has a video on it. And so this is why every single time you have a sales page, always have a video of you going, hi, welcome to my course. This is what we're going to cover. Here's what you're going to learn. Here's what you're going to get from it. Oh, by the way, I'm your teacher. The reason why I created this course is because I was once where you are. Here's a little bit about my story and why I care so much about this particular topic. Again, I'm glad you're here. With them sitting there watching that video and sitting on that landing page watching that video, that's what's signaling to Google people like this page. And again, you slowly increase. So SEO is more
Okay.
about patience and time and wording rather than any crazy techie hacky
Yeah,
stuff.
thank you. That makes
Yeah.
me feel a lot better, you know. I'm having an argument with my partner about this, you know, and she says it's all a black magic thing, and I say it's not. Can one slight deviation question on it? The images that you stick on the course, you know, the way you've got images on each of the lessons.
Yes.
Is the file name important, or is the alternative text that you put on the image important?
Okay, that's a good question. So the file name of any images that you have on your courses is not critical to ranking in SEO. However, if somebody goes to Google, and I do it quite a lot, I type in a search and then I select images as the filter. Images actually can and do come up in Google search results. So if you do want to increase the opportunity of you getting clicks back to your website, I would encourage you to just make it a habit to name your images with, again, some kind of word or keywords that your audience are likely to type in. I'm terrible and shocking for it. I'm going to actually admit it. All of my images
it takes so much time to actually think about it and do it right, you know.
does.
But I'm going to do it now. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Great.
it's not
Thank you
going to
very much, Sarah.
dramatically affect anything if you don't name your images, because they're not as important as the words on the page.
Okay,
But
that's great.
you never know. You can certainly increase the clicks back if someone's doing image searches
Brilliant.
for some reason. Yeah.
Thank
So
you very much, Sarah.
SEO
Appreciate
is, sorry, Dave, SEO is really about public things, isn't it? So if you're having like a private course for a company or something, it's not that important, is it?
Correct. Yeah. So if you're never intending to make that course or that landing page available to the public to access and purchase independently, then it's completely different story. Then, you know, really you can call it whatever you like, and the language used on that page can be whatever you like. And in fact, if a page was going to be completely private, let's say I'm doing the sales to a corporate body, the sales process happens very differently by tender or contract with that organization. In fact, I'd go as far as saying you don't even need a landing page or a sales page for a course that's being sold privately, because that agreement will be happening by contract and there's nothing really publicly for them to see. Usually when you sell B2B, it's a manual enrollment process. They're going to send you a CSV file of students to upload. So even the students themselves aren't even going to see anything other than the sign-in page. And then once they're signed in, there's the course access. So yeah, don't waste your time if that, you know, if it's not necessary, if it's not something that's going to be seen by the public. Don't even worry about wasting your time on something like landing pages and sales pages, because obviously the process is an entirely different scenario.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ricky says TikTok is searchable and ranking on Google Shorts. It sure is. So in end of January this year, actually, Google formed a partnership with TikTok. So now TikTok videos are actually performing in organic search results in Google, which is huge. Only 2 years ago, it was only YouTube videos, which Google owns, that were coming up in Google search results. Now, even public videos published on Facebook business pages are actually coming up in Google search results as well, which means that unlike you know, paid ads, which are short-lived, and text-based posts, which are short-lived, all video-based content is now becoming evergreen, lifelong searchable content. So this is why I always say to people, get those video tips out there. After you've done a video, you can transcribe it and then make those blog posts and social media tips as well. But certainly make the most of the fact that all of the platforms right now are pushing video content. That's massively working in your favor. And please don't ever forget that half the world doesn't have the internet yet. It's really easy for us to go, I'm last to the post, you know, the ship has sailed, everyone's doing this, I'm so behind, I haven't learned or set anything up yet, I'm running to catch up. We're really not. We're the first generation ever to have the internet. We're the first people to do business on the internet. We are completely at the forefront of the online revolution. Half of the world doesn't have the internet, and only a fraction of the people that do are actually using it for online coaching and online teaching. So always remind yourself, when you feel like you're completely snowed under and behind, you are so far ahead. You are years ahead of the whole world. So keep that in mind too. You are at a huge advantage right now. Your window is about another 2 years before the competition actually starts arriving. And at that point, those people are actually all your potential customers. So if you can focus on the next 18 months, building this empire, getting your structures in place, getting your first few testimonials and people through, the floodgates are yet to open. So do keep that in mind as well as a bit of encouragement.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Any more before I check if the house is on fire behind that door? I feel like I need to sip my wine before I go out there.
I'd guzzle that wine before you go out there. Don't just sip it.
Depends what's going on behind that door. Does anyone else want to ask me anything? I'm more than happy to take another one.
The only other thing that's really bothering me is email stuff. I know that you just said we don't need an external provider. I haven't, and I figured that out, Sarah. Thank you so much, and Giselle. But the email bit about how we get everything, is that going to be through workflows that we get them to link emails with different things? Is that right?
Nice question. So there are two ways of sending emails, both in Tekmatix and actually any email platform. One way is called email campaigns, and pretty generically across the board in all platforms, campaigns means a one-off email. So that means you're like, oh, I wake up today, oh, I should tell my list about this thing I'm doing today, or I want to send a message out. So you would go into emails, campaigns, send a campaign, and you manually type up your email that you're going to send, and then you press send, and it manually sends out to everybody or whoever you choose through segmentation or tagging. The other way to send emails is what's called automations, or in Tekmatix's case, workflows. And that is when you go into the templates area first, and you pre-write all of these emails that you're going to set up into a schedule. So you pre-write each of those emails in the templates area first. Nat and I, by the way, are working on trying to change the word templates to builder, because templates makes it seem like they're like one-off things that you use. It actually means email builder. It's where you write your emails that are going to be pre-scheduled. So you go into the email templates / builder first. You write up all of the emails that you're going to send. Then you go into workflows and you create a new workflow. The trigger is what fires off that workflow. So your trigger could be has bought course A, or has booked an appointment, or it's someone's birthday. There's absolutely endless triggers that can fire off a sequence of emails. So you set the trigger first, and then you say, now send email 1, and it's this email that you've pre-written in the templates area. Then you might say, wait for 1 week, or wait until Sarah has clicked something, or wait until an appointment's been booked, or wait until they've completed the course, and then send this email, which will pop up when you click send an email. It's one that you've already pre-written in the templates area. So the cool thing about having that templates area is that you only have to write those emails once, and you can reuse them again in all different kinds of automations, which is really handy to not have to rewrite things again, which is another reason why we're debating between the word template and builder for a long time, because they are technically templates that can be reused. But yeah, it may be builder as we go forward. So yeah, if you go into the Tekmatix course, we have added, in fact, just this week, I added a whole tutorial on workflows in there as well, if you haven't been in there this week, which will go through that a bit more. But we also do have a number of more training videos coming up specifically on different kinds of email sequences. And I shouldn't really be announcing this just yet because I kind of wanted it to be a surprise. But we're actually pre-writing for you a number of workflows for course student progress check-in, welcome sequence, ongoing nurture sequence, and I've got another one at my sleeve which I'm going to leave secret, which are going to be completely pumped into your account for you. So it's just going to be like fill in the gaps basically, because we want to make it super easy for you. It's all going to be free. We're going to just pump it all in. So all you have to do is go and add in like your course titles and things like that.
Grand. I know I put a suggestion in email about having, because your templates are great, but you've got courses and landing pages and everything else, but do you even have one for just a plain old membership site?
Yes, there is one already in there, Nat, I believe, isn't there, for welcome to your course? An email for welcome to your course.
Email
Yeah.
sequence. There should be something here. Like,
I'm pretty sure there's one called student check-in in there already.
Yeah, student check-in.
Inside workflows.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go
Cool.
into your workflows, there should be one in a folder called student check-in. That one already has the welcome to your course and then a proposed workflow of like checking in weekly with them. but there will
Then-
be more coming.
Okay. I think I was saying under the website though, not the funnels or the landing pages, under the website builder, you know, where you have websites and
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
one you mean when, so if I sign up to your course, when I get an automated welcome email saying, here's all your login details, is that what you mean?
that would be nice. Is it there?
I'm pretty sure we do have that one already, don't we, Nat?
Yeah, for the, I think we have student checked in, and also we have a folder for different like big like lead magnet, big course coaching program sequence. So
Yeah,
we
but
have
I mean,
some workflows in
when
here.
a student signs up for, when a student signs up for a course and there is a default email that just says hello to them, here's your here's your login,
Yeah.
here's your password. We do have the template.
Yeah,
for that
definitely. That's
Bosch one
already a
as well.
template.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Thanks.
Okay, what I'm going to make a note of is, and I do think we've already done one, but now if I make a note for us to do a tutorial video on how to change the default welcome email to a customized one that we've made the template with.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna make a note of that.
Oh,
Tutorial
great,
on
Ricky.
change the template default course welcome to the pretty one we made in templates. My notes to self spoken aloud. There we go. Oh, Ricky, you've managed to change yours out and customize it. Cool, that's good. Because you're a clever old stick. Lisa, I love your commentary. Any more for any more? I don't hear any screaming yet. Do you want to grab me for any more before I check if they're alive?
I think I've got one, but I think it's for support. It might be for your developers. My email
Hit me.
right now to log in is one that will be defunct by the beginning of the year. And I cannot change it.
So we can change your login and administration login for you. So you actually can do that yourself down the line by going into your business settings, and in your business settings, you can change your email. That will actually change your login email. If you do
Okay.
get stuck with that though, let support know. We can log into your account for you and we can manually reset your login for you.
I think I'm going to have to, because I did change it in the business stuff, but it didn't change it. So
didn't
I'm
go
going to have
through.
to contact.
Cool. Yeah. If you let the girls know, we can completely reset it and resend you new login instructions to the new email address.
And I'm not going to
You
lose
did ha-
anything, right?
You will not lose anything. No, definitely not. No.
You did have a video indicating that you were going to publish a kind of flow diagrams of how to use the
Yes.
various elements of the product. Have they been released yet?
Yes, so that's already part in progress. If you go into the Facebook group and the pinned posts, there is already a setup guide that's been created with all the screenshots and everything in
have
there.
that. Yeah, okay.
You've got that. Cool.
I'm talking more. You were talking the workflows for the different
Those.
elements of the product. Yeah.
Yeah, so with all of the videos that I've been creating the last 2 weeks, I've been creating little flowcharts to go with them, and they've all been connected. And we've been updating the lessons inside the course with the flowcharts as well. If there is any you see that are missing a flowchart that you would love a flowchart for, please let us know on support email, and we'll do a flowchart to match with it. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Excellent.
no problem. We love it. We love the flow charts too. So like, don't think you're annoying us. We're like, woohoo, my flow charts. And obviously we'd rather be working on ones that you're like itching to have first. So please don't ever think you're annoying us when you're sending emails to support. That's exactly what we want, is that communication, because that prioritizes what we're working on for the things you want now, basically. So we love that. Please stay in touch. You're definitely not annoying us when you tell us what you want.
Yes, Ricky, you are a clever clogs, CSS stuff and everything.
You've been hacking CSS. Do you want a job? Love it. Beautiful. All right, my lovelies. I am going to have to run because I've left my kids unsupervised for way too long and I was slightly freaking out. But thank you for letting me hijack your call. And sorry, Nat, for interrupting your flow.
No
Lovely
worries.
to see you.
Lovely
Thank
to see you
you.
all. Happy
Thank you, Sarah.
tapping. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, so I think we can continue. And also with Ricky, we actually have like lots of CSS templates in Tekmatix. So maybe we can start creating advanced guide for it so people can use it. So we have different CSS for memberships. We also have different CSS for logins and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's great that actually someone is really interested in CSS. So maybe we can put that into our guides. So yeah, I think we can. Do you still have like other questions so we can like continue with the discussions?
You got 10 minutes, Nat.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll make it quick. I think I can just like skip on some parts. So let me see if I can like get some stuff in here. Let me just get this one straight. So yeah, I think pretty much everyone is familiar with creating a course, right? So maybe for now, I'll just link a course into an offer. We'll get that link. I think some of the parts in here are already discussed with Sarah, but let me just do it quick. So the first thing that we need to do is create a course, but for now, we'll just I'll just show you some basics that I think it's important for you to be like, aware of. So first thing would be here onto your sites and courses, membership and courses into the settings. Please make sure you got the site details already like, filled in. All the informations in here will be reflecting to your login pages, your course app and stuff like that. So it's pretty much like important to get all this stuff in here filled in. So, and after that, let me just wait for it to load. Yep. So after that, this is the app settings. Please make sure to like edit all the stuff in here too to be able to for your students to be able to download your app. And make sure to enable this PWA button right here and click save. So that's one of the most important stuff you need to do with your courses. And aside from that, also the custom domains, we also have it here. For now, we only have one. But as Sarah mentioned, we have like roadmaps for it coming updates for like multiple domains. So yeah, so
Nat,
that's
what
one.
does PWA stand for?
It's I forgot what it's called, but I think it's a like web something. Hang on.
Just
PWA.
curious.
Yep. I think it's a phone web something. Yeah, progressive web apps. So it's just basically means like those websites that we can create an app to your phone. So that's
Right.
because that's how it actually function when you try to put in your custom domains, like for example in here in this one. When I try to search for learn, I think this one is learn or workshops. So yeah, so when I try to put in workshops.tekmatix.com onto my phone, it will give me a prompt to be able to download it to my phone. So that's how progressive web apps means. So yeah. So let's hop onto the course. So basically the courses can be found in products. Let me click on this one. So I think we can just skip some parts in here. But yeah, so basically these are my product. I think I will just work on this one, maybe the $9 ebook. And then after, let's have, for example, I already built my products inside here. So what I need to do is go to offers and link an offer to that specific product I just created. So to do that, let me just create an offer, link the specific product. For this one, let me just put it as a free one because I want to do a test before we can hop off. So maybe we just do demo 1122. And then yeah, the product would be this one and the price would be just zero to a free one. And create. After you already created an offer, this is how you're going to get the link. So let's just wait for it to load. Yep. So you need to fill in the descriptions. If it's a bundle, you can add more products in here. You can add like banner image and stuff like that. You can edit the price if you have like price for it. Since this one is free, I'll just leave it as is. And then I'll click publish and then save. So that's already saved. This is where you are going to get the link. So currently we're on the step 3, get offer link. So this is where you can get the offer link. So I'll click on this one. This pop-up will show up and I'll just copy this one. So let me just paste it here into my notes. So let me just grab my note here. Yep. So let me just put that offer link. So basically that's the offer link. I actually recreated a like funnel page for our like the course landing page. So I have it here under funnels. and then under health and wellness, and then yeah, this one. So basically this is what I created earlier. Let me just edit this one so you can see the the actual page. So basically what I need to do with my offer link is to link it to some button on my website. If you're using WordPress, you can directly do that. Or actually you can like maybe embed forms and stuff like that with WordPress. But what we did with Sarah's WordPress account is we just get the offer links from the Tekmatix offers and then link it to the buttons into her site. So we don't have to migrate things over since we have like over 300 pages. And yeah, so let me just copy this one. And basically this is my course category site. I have here the menu, and this one would be the sign in page for my students so they can just directly sign in when they get to my site. And then after here, we can actually see the courses offered. So maybe I'll just link the offer in this first button I have in here. And then to do that, you need to actually scroll through this left button, because basically this element is called button, right? So when I click on this one, you will see this navigation to the left hand side, which is basically saying button settings. When I scroll down here, you will see this option that's saying button actions, and I will convert this one into a website URL because we want to paste our offer link in here. So to do that, let me just copy this one and paste it here. So basically what will happen is when someone click on this one, they will be redirected to the offer page where they can purchase your courses or maybe get access to the free course. And basically the sign in page will be just let me go to sites and courses, membership, and settings. So this sign in will be just basically the sign in, right? So what you can put in here, you can just turn the button actions into a website URL, and the URL should be your custom domains. So that's how you can do it. So let me just copy my custom domain because I quite forgot about it. So let me just copy this one, go here, and then I'll link it to a site URL with basically your domain. So I'll paste it here and then click save. So yeah, you can also do redirects to this navigation menu into putting these flags into your website blogs and stuff like that, and also contact us into your contact us page. Give me one sec. But yeah, so basically that's how you can create button redirects. And if you actually have multiple courses, you can definitely just duplicate any of the columns and customize it by clicking onto any of the sections. So for example, this row can actually be duplicated. So when I do that, it will add another column in here. So if you're currently in the process, you can just do that so you won't start from scratch. So let me just save that one. So the only buttons I activated into this site is basically the sign in and also the offer one redirect, so we can do a test for the offer that we just created. So I'll go back a step. Yeah, you can actually set up the SEO metadata in here. For me, I'll just do it. Yeah, I'll just copy the headline I got in here, and then yep, you can put any social image you have. Let's do it this way. Author would be just Tekmatix. Yep. So let's do that one just for a test and then save it. Then I'll go back a step. And in this process, this is how you can set up your funnels and sites. So let's just wait for it to load. So basically, we're still on the same funnel, right? So to actually link your domain into the site to make your course category activated, go here in settings, click on this one, and then onto the drop down, select the specific domain that you want to link to the site, which is basically this one. You can actually update all the path redirects in here. And also you can add favicon URL and save. So this one should be live. When I go here, click on this one. So let's do a test to make sure it's working. Yeah, so basically this is the SEO metadata we just created. We forgot to disable the pop-up. Basically you can disable this one. But yeah, so this is how important to do the SEO. And yeah, basically these are the blog's contacts. And when I click to sign in, it will actually redirect me to the sign in page, which is basically the domain site I linked to the courses. And yeah, so that's basically it. When I go back, let me just go back to the site to test the other button, which is basically the offer. When I scroll down here, this is the link that I got to the course, right? So when I click on this one, I will be redirected to the offer page. So yeah, so this is where I can claim the offer. I can type in my credentials and we'll get the offer. But before we could hop on to that one, let me show you and how you can create email deliverability whenever you grant access to a specific offer. Let's say, for example, if you want your student who just actually claimed this specific offer to receive follow-up emails, this is what you can do. So let me just go to automated and workflows. So currently we're on create an autoresponder on workflows. So I actually created these documents which just have 4 email templates. So these are just an open source fitness emails I found in the web. So I have 4 total emails in here, so I can show you step by step on how to do it. So onto the workflows, you need to create a workflow. I think I also need to introduce this one. Under the workflow, you actually have pre-built workflows in here. Like for example, this one for the birthday template, this workflow will automatically send a greeting to your students if it's their birthday. So if you want to do that one, just click on this one and then create a workflow from that. So yeah, I'll just show you some of the pre-made workflows you have in here. But for now, I'll start from scratch for this specific workflow. So if any of you guys have any plans for tonight, you can just hop off. But I will just finish on some stuff in here too. Yep. So for the workflow, I just renamed this one as a demo today's date just to organize stuff. And yeah, for the main trigger for this one will be anything related to membership. Since we want to send an email after they opt into a specific course. So for example, when they click on this one, obviously and automatically they will receive the login details, right, via email, which they have the email, their password, and the login link. And let's say, for example, if you want to send follow-up emails, maybe after 5 minutes, you will send them a welcome emails. And also by the next day, you will set up follow-up and you are going to do upsells via emails. This is what you can do. So I'll go back to workflows. And the main trigger for this one was just basically anything under this column. So membership. So for this one, let's just do offer access granted. Yep. So basically that one. Add filter, specify the filter for the specific offer, which is basically the demo 1122, which we created earlier. So I'll just click that one, save trigger. And to create an action, for now, we'll just create different email sequence, right? So when I click on the plus icon, it will give me a option to send an email, SMS, or whatever. But for now, let's just do emails. You have the choice to do your email as a plain email if you want to create an email under the email builder, which is basically fancier. So for me, you can actually just do it here directly. But for me, let me just do it under here onto the email marketing and emails and templates, so I can just show you how I usually do it. So on marketing and emails, onto the drop down, I'll click template. And then after that, usually we just use anything under master template since this one is already like, pre-made. I'm gonna click on this one, and then I'll just clone this one and call it as my main, like, my current offer. So let's just do this autoresponder autorest one. Let's just do it, call it this way, and then clone it. So basically I won't start from scratch, right, with like, pulling out any elements. So I'll just edit this one, click edit. And then after that, I can just fill in any of the email body that I want to put on. Let's just delete this one. And in here, I'll just copy the email content I have in here. So give me a sec to copy this one. And I'll just paste it here. And after that, hello there. It could be like a custom value for a contact first name if you want to make it like, more personalized. And here you can actually just put your name, or you can also use custom values, which is basically the user, and the full name, which is basically you, since you are the user in your account. But yeah, so in here you can hyperlink stuff by highlighting and then clicking on this icon and putting on the URL. So that's how you can hyperlink. But also you can do buttons, and you can like link the button in here. But yeah, so basically that's the process in creating emails. And after that, I'll go to these 3 dots, click on settings, and this is where you can set up the like from name, from email, and the subject. So for the email subject, let me just copy this one, paste it here, and that's it. So I'll just click save, and then save. So for now, let's just do 2 emails. So I'll just copy the second email I have in here.
Nat,
Mm-mm.
I have a Wise Stamp account. So is there a way I can embed my HTML signature in the emails?
I'm not quite sure about that yet, but hang on, let me show you something. When I actually have this element, we actually have like HTML elements. So you can try putting on the code and putting on your code in here.
Okay,
Yeah.
grand,
So
thank you. That
yeah, you
should
can
work.
try. Yep. So I'll just save this one, and let's create the second email template.
Jean,
Oh,
you can
sorry.
also create a custom email sign off in your business settings.
Yeah, definitely you can do that.
Yeah, I
It
couldn't
should-
see how to do the HTML in there though. So
okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's try to do that.
yeah, don't
After
worry.
this one. Yeah. So let me just copy this one, and then I'll do it like the email responder too, so I can just like, won't start from scratch. Let me just copy the content I have for the email too, and then I have it somewhere in here. Yeah, so basically I'll go to email builder and do the same thing. I'll add custom values to customize it. Basically the user, and then maybe full name. And in here will be the like contact first name to make it personalized. So yeah. And also you can add email banner. What we usually do is we go to Canva and edit an email banner. Like the precise size actually fits into this email builder. So you can actually do that. But for me, let's just do the Tekmatix logo. Just put it in here to make it look like this. And after that, don't forget to set up the from name, email, and the subject. So I'm good with the from name, from email, but you can definitely change it. So let me just copy that one, paste it here into the email subject, and then click save. And save template. So since we got all the email builder like ready, we can now hop onto the workflow to create the actual flow. So for now, we actually have it here, right? With the main trigger as when someone was given access to a specific offer, which is basically the demo 1122, which we just created earlier. So let me just save it and do a refresh to make sure it got all the updated data since we just created the email. So just wait for that. And yep. Okay. So we have the main screen here. Let's add the action, which is basically the email. When I click on this one, this specific like layout will show out. Under the templates, this is where you can find the template that we just created for under marketing and emails. So when I scroll down under Autores ones, as you can see, this is the email template that we just created, right? When I click on that one, automatically everything will be filled from the from name, email, and the subject. So since that's the email that I want to go with, I'll just rename the action so I can definitely see which email is currently attached. So let's just do Autores one and save action. So basically this is the first email, and I actually like added like notes in here. So after the email one, I will send out this the email two after 2 days. So what I can do, I'll go back to workflow. I'll add a wait step, which is basically below all the actions. So you can find it here, wait. And then I can put on wait 2 and then days. You can also do different, like, timestamps, but for me, I'll work with this one. And I'll rename the action so I can figure out what would be like the duration of the wait. So I'll just do 2 days. Save action. And after that, I'll add the second email, which is the autoresponder 2. Send email, templates, and then let me find it here. So basically that's it. And then save action. And let me just do it this way. Yeah, so that should be it. So make sure when you're trying to add email, unless you want to have a plain email, right? You can actually just directly do it here. But if you want to do it in templates to have like, a fancier look, you can create it first under the marketing and emails. So yeah, so that's how you can do it. And once you're all good with everything, don't forget to put it in publish to make everything work. So yeah, so basically when someone was given an access to that specific offer, they will receive the following sequence. Yeah, so I think that should be all for today's sessions. Do you have any questions for me, or yep, anyone have any questions? Yep, I think I also need to show you there's actually like multiple ways on like giving someone access to a specific offer, which is basically like just for example, to sign up to the offer link. So that's one. The second one will be actually using workflow. So to do that, let me just go to the demo. So you can have different like trigger sequence, but definitely course access is one of the actions in here. So under the workflow, we have membership actions, which is basically granting offer. So this is one way on like, giving access to your students for the specific offer. So when you do it that way, automatically they'll receive a login details with all of their credentials to be able to log into your course. So that's one. And the third one would be directly to the contacts. When I go to contacts, and for example, let me just do something to Mike. Yeah. Let's have this one. Under the contact cards, you will actually see this like offer. Click on the drop down and you can definitely just directly give them access using like this method. So yeah, so that's 3 ways on how you can give access to a specific offer. So as you can see, I already like got the welcome sequence with all the login details here. So yeah, so that's how you can do it. So do you guys have any questions or like any clarifications, stuff like that? Yeah, I think we're all good. I have a question here with Anne. Can you get into the HTML in each section element? Yeah, are you talking about the email template, Anne, or you mean with the website? if you're trying to do it on the emails, definitely you can do different, like, HTML codes to any part of the email. You can also do that onto the website. Yeah, definitely. Like, for example, since maybe you have already noticed this, but most of the elements we have are like, plain and stuff like that. But if you have any fancy HTML or CSS codes that you want to add actions to a specific element, you can do that. What we usually do is to add a maybe review scroller where we can add different reviews, and it will, like, create animations and stuff like that. But definitely you can add a lot of HTML options inside your websites and also inside emails. So yeah, thank you so much, Jean. Yeah, I think we're all good, you guys. Yeah, so I think I will just end this session here. So thank you guys for jumping on a call with me. So
Round of applause for that.
thank you,
Well
Lisa. Yeah, thank you so much. So I think I need to end this session here. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.